On April 29, 1926, a Great was born. Dawn sprung from the womb, born wearing glasses, with the body of a child and the brain of an educated, distinguished man. Even as a mewling baby, Dawn loved his Shakespeare. During his tot years, Dawn realized he was not shaped out for the athletic life, although he was mediocre at tennis and clung to this ability for the rest of his adult life. Dawn realized that the educated path was for him. By the age of 4, Dawn had graduated from the University of Buffalo, and soon, when Dawn was but a mere 12-year-old, he had a degree from Harvard University in law. Though Dawn was an intellectual, he had to learn to appreciate even the smallest crust of bread as a child of the Depression. Dawn's hardships did not stop there. Even though he was a Harvard law student, he could not escape the clutches of the draft. Needless to say, he escaped World War II unscathed, accoladed, and a war hero. Naturally, Dawn's accomplishments and brains meant he could woo all the ladies. However, our brave soldier only had eyes for one young damsel. A blonde-haired, blue-eyed vixen named Susan captured his heart. Susan was versed in the art of politics and used this charisma to snare her older lover. Their marriage was a long, loving, and passionate affair. Before long, they popped out their first child, a beaming baby boy named Jonathan. We presume Dawn said, "Look at that little sucker!" Caroline soon followed 2 years later, disappointing her parents by not being another male heir. Imagine Susan would have said, "Oh, Mom!" Susan was once again impregnated, and the baby of the family, Lisa, a small angel, was born. I imagine she would have said, "Oh!" Each child possessed the best and worst of their parents. Here is one of the few documentations of them all on bikes. Dawn was fine with his children, they were alright, but his esteemed position as a Treasury Department tax guy meant that he had to sacrifice time with his spotty spawn to work. This dedication paid off. He was nominated to be Treasury Assistant Secretary for Tax Policy Senate's Finance Committee, and was placed on the Canadian dollar bill as thanks for his support in the US affairs. Dawn wrote Basic World Tax Code, a thrilling novel that can be found at any local Barnes & Noble or Books A Million. It is said that Dawn, though a notorious cheater, beat Lisa in a Scrabble match. Dawn never forgot his humble roots. To this day, he keeps a luscious garden and will eat anything but salad. What is more, Dawn recycled the same 3 shirts and 2 hats throughout his entire life, sympathizing with the underprivileged and living a simple but elegant life. It is said that there are many accomplishments of Dawn that are still being unearthed. Recent studies have suggested that Donald was a contributor to the Articles of Confederation and may have been a founding father. It is known that Dawn was a contender for being carved into Mount Rushmore, but his application was rejected as there was not enough rock to form his rather gargantuan nose and ears. If we are to describe Dawn's legacy, a mention of his chicken legs is in order. These stick-like limbs have been the talk of many a town. In describing Dawn's life, his endearing dependency on dearest Susan must be noted.
Which way am I facing? You? Done!
Perhaps Dawn's most lasting legacy is his jambalaya of successful children and their own spotty children. These youngsters are committed to spreading the love and intelligence of their forefather. In the words of, as they call him, Saba, all you need is love and the beach.